Okay, so welcome back to our weekly series breaking down the very best Switch deals across the North American, the UK and the Europe eShop. I think this week we actually have 10 really great games for you and there's some crazy cheap prices to go alongside them. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, join our growing family and let's get this started. So this week we're going to be covering 5 from North America, 4 available across all regions, and then just 1 UK EU exclusive. It was a little bit quiet on the UK front this week. But let's kick things off first of all with an all region title, and that's 7th Sector. We reviewed this one over on the channel and I'll be linking that above. But this game, it's basically a fantastic puzzler with a seriously dark storyline. Here you're going to be controlling a ball of electricity that can control everything from flying drones to like spider AI beast of sorts, and these things have guns and all sorts. I have no idea what they're called honestly. But combine this extremely challenging puzzle gameplay with stunning cyberpunk visuals, a masterpiece of a soundtrack by a band called Nobody's Nail Machine, and then a super adult storyline, and yeah, this one it's for sure 18+. You've got a winner here, especially with 30% off across all eShops. Let's start cheap, super cheap, with our first North American exclusive sale. Basara coming in with a massive 90% off, making it a wallet-breaking 99 cents. Impressive. This one, it's well loved and even received a physical release from the good people over at Strictly Limited Games. But this, it's an absolute must-buy for everyone out there at this price point. This, it's featuring both acclaimed games, that's Basara 1 and 2, in a single bundle. And these games, they're Japanese arcade shooters where you're going to be fighting in 1600s Japan against waves of warships, tanks, robots, samurais. This thing has it all and it gets crazier by the minute honestly. But expect some serious challenge, 9 characters to choose from, a new widescreen mode, and then of course ramping difficulty. Yeah, just buy this immediately, 99 cents people. So let's go big with the most expensive game on today's list, again across all regions, Monster Energy Supercross 3, coming in with a massive 30% off. Now I will say I was impressed on release, and if you're a bike fan, it was nearly a must buy for me. You can check out that full review over on the channel right now, but I'll give you this summary. This, it's the best in the series, it's the best it's ever felt or looked on the Switch, from the seriously improved graphics to the physics of the bikes themselves. Yes, I will say the interaction is still a little bit weak and we still only get a limited number of riders in each race instead of a full race field. But you know what? 30% off makes me a little more forgiving. 15 licensed tracks, over 100 riders for the 450 and 250 classes, co-op gameplay, local and online multiplayer, and even a track creator which makes this one nearly endless. I'm going to say at this point, strong recommendation from me for racers out there. Okay, so perhaps the weirdest game on today's list, a North American exclusive, Donut County. With a great 50% off though, this is absolutely worth it. For anyone that's just looking for something a little bit different and maybe a little bit more, light-hearted and easier going. The concept here is simple, play as a hole in the ground and you'll grow as you swallow things up. Starting small, so think maybe a tennis ball, before you know it you're going to be capable of eating entire homes. With hilarious writing though, it's just a great time from start to finish. It's not demanding at all, but it balances great humour with solid gameplay, and I gotta say this one, it's just more about visiting the characters, getting to know them. That's where like half the enjoyment comes from. It's so unique, it's stunning to look at, and yeah, also BK the Raccoon, just a complete badass. Okay, so next up another all region one for the King. This one, it's coming in at a decent 50% off and it's taking the strategic RPG world and throwing in tabletop and rogue-like mechanics. What I really like about this one is it's not just single player but local or online co-op too. Now I will say here though, this one, it is extremely challenging. When I saw these cute visuals and it all looked pretty colourful, I thought this was going to be simple, and then moments later I just got my ass kicked. So you've got to have a little bit of patience with this one to master it, but once you do it, it is a very rewarding experience. Story wise, it's nothing amazing, take down an evil Lord of Chaos, the usual basically, but what really stands out here is the procedurally generated maps and quests, meaning you can just keep on coming back to this one and always having a different experience. It's a great price for so much content, and I will say with this, best played with friends, you can just waste hours in this world. So our next North American exclusive, and let's get a little bit pricier here, Shakedown Hawaii, and what a game it is. Now for those that played the original Grand Theft Auto, this top-down experience is very similar. In fact, it's a complete direct copy, so you should feel right at home here. Coming in at $14.99 though, it's 25% off. Absolutely worth it. This one, it's following 3 characters as they set out to build their own legitimate corporation by, completing missions, taking over businesses, killing people. It's all in a day's work. With excellent writing though and a ton of content here, it's honestly hard to put this one down once you pick it up. It also helps, to be honest, that it's a Grand Theft Auto clone, meaning that you can just burn hours away, driving around, terrorizing the locals, and just generally getting up to mischief. That's most of the fun you can have in this sort of game, honestly. That's always been the joy to me of the open world, letting you do what you want, and this here, it's absolutely just no different to that. Go in expecting to have a lot of fun, nothing too serious here, but it's very colourful, it's very entertaining, and it's very fast paced. Okay, so our last all-region game of this video, Black Paradox, a huge 70% off right now, gets this one easy access to my list today. It's a roguelike shoot 'em up, so yeah, expect tons of weapons, power-ups, upgrades, and just waves upon waves of enemies, ready to, kick your ass. But it also has that addictive formula that's gonna keep you coming back, it's gonna just sucker you in. What helps this one though, it's just the overall design, from the neon visuals to the insane cast of characters to some less than subtle, references like, the Back to the Future DeLorean. Throw this all together then with tons of enemies, 15 bosses, local co-op play, an amazing synthwave soundtrack, and a boss rush mode to unlock. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a must-buy. Okay, so who likes a bargain? I know I do. North American exclusive 99 Feeders. Another strictly limited physical, seeing a deep sale, coming in like Basara at just 99 cents on the eShop. Again, 90% off its original retail price. Now this 2D action brawler, it's actually based on a podcast, and I'll let you look into that yourselves, but it brings a decent amount to the table. 11 characters to choose from, up to 4 players co-op, some nice gameplay options like, arcade, survival, so on, a beautiful pixel art style, and clearly they've chosen their influences very wisely. It's not perfect, honestly, but the core gameplay, it works, the multiplayer is a great time, and at 99 cents, you can't really go wrong in my opinion. Okay, so our only UK EU exclusive title this week, and it's my gamble of the week, I gotta say. I'm going to be picking up a UK gift card myself so I can go online and pick it up, and that is State of Mind. I'm a big fan personally of the adventure genre, and that's exactly what we seem to be getting here. But now we get a massive 75% off. I always wanted to take the risk, but it was always a little bit too expensive for my liking. But here, the story, it's set in Berlin 2048, and the world is on the brink of destruction. We're lacking resources, tons of pollution, crime is mounting, there's war. If it's bad, basically, it's happening. So here, as a journalist, it appears we're looking into the conspiracies of this world. We'll be trying to take down what agenda is occurring, and we'll be trying to find out what happens to us after, I believe, we wake up in hospital. Look, this one, it's definitely a gamble for an acquired taste as well, but it's coming in at like under £10 at this point. Visually, I gotta say, it looks stunning, and if it can even just get slightly close to like a Blade Runner sort of like cyberpunk vibe, then I'm happy. Anyone out there played this one? Anyone give me any clues on how good it is? Not that it's going to stop me at this price point. Okay, and with that, our number 1 pick of the week, a North American exclusive, an absolute masterpiece, Hyperlight Drifter Special Edition. Coming in at just 50% off, it's $10, which is an absolute steal. This action-adventure RPG is a must-own for just everyone. No questions, everyone, just go and buy it. If you have a Switch, you should own it. It tells the story of a drifter, the little dude with the sword, basically out to cure an illness. This one, it's, as I said, absolute modern masterpiece, and in this build of the game, we're getting exclusive Switch features, a marvel of a soundtrack, a rock-solid 60 frames per second, and then the graphics. This, to me, it's the absolute best pixel art gameplay has just ever looked. On top of all that then, the gameplay, stunning. This one, a masterclass example of video game design, and our easy must-buy of the week. It absolutely blows everything else we've talked about today out of the water. Thanks so much for watching. What have I missed, and what will you be picking up this week? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, join our growing family, and we'll see you all on the next video.